fellas, I met this really, like, she's kind of like a nice chick. She's a little young for me, but, you know, I'm hanging out with her and she seems really cool. And we start going out. And, you know, like I noticed like about a month or so ago after hanging out with her, like I went to kiss her and stuff. And she had like really bad breath. And I don't understand why. She's like, I want to surprise you with something. Oh, really? Surprise? I like surprises. She's like, yeah, I don't know if you're going to really like this surprise. Okay, well, what is it? Well, she's like, let me show you.
I know everyone has their panties in a bunch right now about how I have licked my own excrement before, but I will say I do not do that anymore. I have learned, and if I do it, I make sure it's clean, usually.
Isn't that bizarre, right? Isn't that just absolutely bizarre? You know, I was thinking about that when I first showed you guys that in a video I did a couple of weeks ago. I was talking about that. And I thought, at first I thought, and you know, you're thinking about it like, and I was thinking about that. Like, imagine, you know, she's kind of cute. You date a chick like that. She looks fairly pretty, right? I think she's, you know, decent. Doesn't look like she has too much makeup on and everything. I don't know, maybe her personality is right. And then I started thinking a little bit later, I'm like, no, you could never do anything like that. If you found out, right, like if you walked in on that and she was like having a private moment and you walked in on that, or a few months go by and you get to be being busy and getting your shag on, right? And she's like, I want to surprise you with something. And you're like, oh, really? Surprise? I like surprises. She's like, yeah, I don't know if you're going to really like this surprise. Okay, well, what is it? Well, she's like, let me show you. And she just squats one out, lays it out on a cable on the floor, and then starts licking it. And you're like, whoa, stop. And I was thinking about that, and I'm like, oh, my God. Now, you turn 60, and then you start thinking, well, you know, maybe if I had a little bit more money, I could probably deal with it. Why is that? Well, you know, you're 60 years old. You've been doing all kinds of stuff all your life. And you're thinking, you know, things are getting a little bit boring. Maybe that would be some action around here. That might spice up my life a little bit. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I think I can emotionally handle that nowadays because I'm older. And I may be able to stop myself from hurling initially, or maybe I'd hurl a few times. But I think I get used to it. But then the more I thought about it, like that comes at a cost, right? Chicks like that, they're going to come at a cost. I mean, sooner or later, that's going to cost you money. And I don't have the money for that. I don't have, I just don't have the money for stuff like that in my life. It'd be interesting though, you know, because at first you'd be like, she's like really cool. You know, I like her. She's kind of neat. Twilight Zone. Dilly dilly.